you will have you can have the opportunity to identify the failure rate, areas of focus, adaptation curve, trend and behavior models of individual. These are the things that are still untouched, I would say. So still surgery is evolving. These are the areas that are still untouched. But of course, all lot of startups are making efforts on into venturing into this kind of areas, but still untouched. So yeah, that's what it is. And so far, as I mentioned, there are individually there are systems individually available to measure the focus or stress, all the stuff for the user. But as a system together, thing has to be still evolved. As I said, lots are coming up. However, there is still a lot of scope. And yeah, actually, I was planning to talk about this, but then I thought to skip. Since if you are interested in terms of application of laser, right? There is a high scope of application of laser in tissue rehabilitation or it has angiogenesis. So if somebody is interested to do some research on the laser therapy, it's untouched area still, so you have a lot of scope for laser therapy to be able to use in different applications. And I'd like to say thanks with the thanking note to great sage Sushruta. Sushruta. You know who is he? Father of surgery. So we have a great legacy in India. He's the one who started surgery in the world. He's the one who performed first cataract operation, rhinoplasty, plastic surgery. So we have such a great legacy in the surgery, and so I always start with this, but then I want to keep it last so I can get some time to explain. Thank you so much. If you have any questions.
You gave a lot of stress on cognitive load in your presentation. So, in particularly in that area, about the psychological and emotional stresses on the surgeon or the doc, like you gave an example where doctor is in the between and then students are surrounding him. Is there actually any data backing this, or we are taking statements and we are assuming the situation?
Yeah,
are there any user surveys or studies
yeah.
behind it?
Of course. So if you go to there's a data. I mean, it's one paper. There are a lot of papers like that. So, and then with that, there is a regulatory imperative also. Regulatory bodies are also mentioning about this being taken seriously when designing.
So it is an actual problem.
Yeah.
Emotional and psychological.
Yeah. That's very much important. See, the thing is, medical devices are evolving, right? So,
no, I asked it because emotional and psychological can vary a lot on the person itself. A doctor can have a different opinion, the another one can have different. So that is why I'm asking it. That's such a big of an issue.
Yes, data is there.
Definitely, it is a big issue, but emotional can be different than psychological.
Yeah.
Because emotional is something to do with the personal life as well.
Because a doctor can be nervous at a particular day, he cannot be at a different day. That is why.
I'm reminded of this Christian Bernard's, who is the first heart transplant fellow, his own autobiography where he describes how when he was walking the corridor to enter the surgery room, what was going on in his mind. Everybody was against him because it was something that can lead to death. That can lead to death of a person as well. So it is a wonderful, I would suggest him also to read this one life by Dr. Christian Bernard. Wonderful it is. So that tells like psychological as well as emotional load that comes to a doctor.
Yeah. Huge.
Huge.
They sometimes switch on some nice music, old songs. So because they want to keep it.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at orthopedic surgeons, the amount of effort that they put to do the bone drilling, because bones are very strong, right? The amount of effort they put, the physical effort is very high. So look at neurovascular neurologist, the amount of effort that the physical effort is might be little little low, but then their cognitive effort, right? As I said, there's a there is a product called pacemakers. Pacemaker is if the heart beats are not properly given to the person. Then you have to pace. You have to pace the heart to the right pace, right? So earlier they were doing it as open, now they are doing it through intravascular. So they use it a sort of a small catheter to actually take it up and put it in the heart. So look at that situation. How you have to go and navigate into that and then perform that particular procedure. It is very, very, yeah, yeah, it's huge area. Explore. I'm sorry, can you
The environmental issues we talked about, like temperature, humidity, and noise background. How can we tackle those issues?
how can we
Tackle them.
cater them?
Address that.
Address them. Okay, fine. Yeah. So, so if you're designing the device to be able to be used at certain environmental conditions, right? So you know it, right? So you have to do the user environment study. So where the user is using the device, so that's environmental study. And if you're doing the device, you make the device in some place, and then if you are exporting to some other country, and then there is a channel to which some countries it goes to, then you have to also consider that. So basically, if you look at the device, I'll give a good example. One of the equipment that I was working on, it has circuit inside, right? One of that, the entire device is working fine, but then in the circuit there is one IC that has a specific temperature limitations, and then at the temperature limitations, when it reaches to that temperature or that humidity temperature, the IC starts behaving a little weird. So that would give a different result to the device. You understand? So all of a sudden it should not show my BP as 180 by 250 because of the small IC in the circuit. So you need to consider those all the aspects. Like you need to go through study. You have to study the environmental conditions, like use environment conditions. You have to do the research. Basically, we call user research. Any other questions?
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Ravli Srinivasmurthy, for that captivating session on cognitive augmentation for human enhancement. Your expertise and insights have certainly provided us with much to think about. We are grateful for your time and knowledge. Now I would like to invite Professor Preeti Khanna ma'am for presenting memento as a token of appreciation as well as the certificate, Mr. Ravli Srinivasmurthy. Let's give a big round of applause for Mr. Ravli Srinivasmurthy. We will now take a short tea break. Please proceed to the tea area and we will resume with the next session of the day for at 11:30 a.m.